Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive, focusing on something really important for homeowners, that old plastic type, Poly B. Our info comes straight from the pros at Pacific Blue Mechanical and Plumbing. They serve Richmond and, well, all over British Columbia, dealing with this stuff day in, day out.
That's right. And our goal today isn't just to say Poly B is bad. We want to dig into why it's such a problem, especially now. And importantly, what are the real upsides to getting it replaced? We'll focus quite a bit on Richmond, as it's a key area Pacific Blue Mechanical works in.
Okay, so first off, what exactly is Poly B? Just give us the simple version.
Sure. It's a type of gray plastic pipe. Polybutylene is the full name. It was really common in homes built roughly between 1978 and, say, 1995. The main draw, it was cheap, flexible, easy to put in, but it has this major flaw. It tends to crack, leak badly, and cause some massive water damage.
Right, the damage part is scary. Now here's where it gets really interesting for me. You mentioned a flaw. How does it actually fail? I always just pictured old plastic getting brittle.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think. But it's actually a bit more complex. It's about how Poly B reacts with the chlorine that's in our regular city water.
Right.
You know, the stuff that keeps our water safe.
Yeah.
It actually attacks the plastic slowly from the inside out. It's a chemical thing.
Oh, wow. So the water itself is the enemy here.
In a way, yeah. And here's the real kicker. Often it's not even the pipe itself that goes first. It's the fittings.
The connectors.
Exactly. Those little plastic, usually black or gray connectors holding the pipes together. They're often the weakest link. They can become brittle faster. And when they fail, it's usually not a slow drip. It's often a sudden break.
Uh-huh.
Floodsville. Huge mess, huge cost.
Yikes. Okay, so it's less like a leaky faucet and more like a hidden water bomb.
That's a good way to put it. A chemical time bomb, really.
And you mentioned chlorine. Does that mean the risk is different depending on where you live, like say in Richmond versus somewhere else?
Absolutely. Water chemistry varies. Plus, local climate factors, how the house was built, it all plays a role. That's why having local experts like the team at Pacific Blue Mechanical and Plumbing is so crucial if you're in Richmond or Vancouver, Surrey, Burnaby places they serve. They know the local conditions, the typical building styles here.
Makes sense. They know what to look for in this area.
Right. And they know the local building codes for doing the replacement correctly, which is super important.
Okay, so the problem is this Poly B pipe and especially those fittings. Let's talk solutions. When you get this stuff replaced, what goes in? What are the options?
Good question. There are basically two main choices today. PEX is one and copper is the other.
PEX and copper. Tell me about PEX first.
Okay, so PEX is also a plastic pipe, cross-linked polyethylene, but it's engineered specifically to resist chlorine and the issues that plague Poly B. It's flexible, which is a big plus, makes installation easier, often means fewer holes in your walls, and it's generally less expensive than copper.
Less expensive, flexible. Sounds good. What about copper?
Copper is, what's the classic. Super durable, lasts for ages, totally unaffected by water chemistry. It's rigid though, so installation can be more involved, more costly upfront, but it's seen as the sort of gold standard for longevity.
PEX seems like a good balance then, especially on cost. Is there any downside to PEX compared to copper, besides maybe not lasting quite as long?
Well, PEX is very reliable when installed correctly. It doesn't like UV light, so you can't use it outside exposed to the sun. And critters could potentially chew it if it's accessible, but that's rare indoors. Mostly, it comes down to proper installation by professionals, like those at Pacific Blue Mechanical. They know how to work with it right.
Gotcha. So professional installation is key for PEX. Now let's talk money, the benefits. What does replacing Poly B really mean for a homeowner's wallet and just their, sanity?
Sanity is a big one. The immediate benefit is definitely peace of mind. Just knowing you don't have that ticking time bomb under your floors or in your walls, that's huge. Plus, you often get better water pressure, maybe even slightly better water quality once the old pipes are gone.
Okay, peace of mind, better water. What about the longer term, the bigger picture?
Financially, it's almost always a smart move. Think about the cost of a major water damage repair. We're talking thousands, potentially tens of thousands. Drywall, flooring, mold remediation. Replacing the Poly B costs money up front, absolutely. But it pales in comparison to a flood. And then there's insurance.
Oh, insurance. I've heard that can be an issue with Poly B.
Oh, definitely. Many insurance companies now. They'll either charge you way more if you have Poly B, limit your water damage coverage, or sometimes just refuse to insure the home altogether.
Wow. So replacing it helps with insurance.
Big time. It stabilizes your insurance situation. And thinking about selling. Homes with replaced piping, especially when done by a reputable company like Pacific Flute Mechanical, they sell faster and often for more money. Buyers see it as a major liability removed. It's a huge selling point.
Right, it takes a big worry off the table for a potential buyer. And using a pro, like you mentioned, Pacific Blue Mechanical and Plumbing, means it's done right, like warranties and codes.
Exactly. You get the job done to current standards, you get warranties on materials and the work, and you know it's safe and reliable. You avoid cutting corners that could cause problems later.
Okay, so it protects your investment, makes life less stressful, and deals with insurance headaches. Seems like a win-win-win.
It really is. It brings up a good final thought, actually. How much is predictability worth to you? We've learned that swapping out that risky Poly B for something solid like PEX or copper isn't just fixing a potential leak. It's about making your home safer, more reliable, maybe even a bit more efficient for years and years. It's future-proofing.
Future-proofing your home. I like that. So the key takeaway is definitely be proactive. Don't wait for the flood. If you're living in Richmond or anywhere nearby in BC that Pacific Blue Mechanical and Plumbing covers, and you think you might have Poly B, it's probably worth checking out their website. They like all their services, not just Poly B replacement, but drain cleaning, other plumbing stuff too. Getting an inspection seems like the smart first step. Protect your home, protect your investment.
Couldn't agree more. Being proactive is the way to go.